Okay, guys, third time's a charm. I swear to God, I was totally on live half hour ago. 7 o'clock. Is anybody there? Is this working? I'm going to guess no. Oh, my gosh, people. Hey, Wes. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Candace, you guys. Hey, just FYI, I was on at 7 o'clock. And I did something weird. I'm starting to hate Facebook right now. But I did something weird and none of you guys could see me. So I did the whole video and I'm about to do it all over again. I'm cool. I'm calm. I'm collected. I'm going to do this again. Okay? Thank you guys so much for hopping in. I have no idea what the heck happened. But tonight, thanks so much, guys, for hopping in. Tonight, I want to talk to you about how do you build your triathlon training program. So last week, if you were on last week, I built out a framework, a whole month of framework for if you were a beginner triathlete doing a sprint triathlon. I built out a whole month of training for you. And if you didn't get that, you can still get that. All you have to do is go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. But hey, gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I got all these messages like, where are you? What happened? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm here. Where are you? Oh, you guys, I'm here. You guys were not on. I did something wrong. I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hopping in. If you want to win next week's bonus, okay, next week is going to be how to get back on track when you fall off. So basically, this happens to all of us. Whether you have an injury, you go on vacation, you lose motivation, we all fall off that ideal training program. We all do it, okay? But how do you get back? So that's what next week's plan is about. Next week's video is about. And let me tell you how great this freebie is next week. You're going to get a free consultation with me on how to do that. And if you don't think that I've ever fallen off track and had to bring myself back, you'd be 100% wrong. We all do it. Okay? But thank you guys so much. Hey, Steve. Hey, Sbo. Hey, Darlene. You guys. Hey, Maribel. All you have to do, if you want to get, okay, this week, you guys, I work so hard at these freebies, at these bonuses. You have no idea. But this week, TriRightCoaching.com/bonus, that's going to be a flowchart for you to take that plan from last week, which is very generic and very basic and very entry level, and customize it for yourself. That's what this bonus is going to do. But oh yeah, you can't see it. I'm cutting it off a little bit. Wait. There you go. Bonus. Oh yeah, it's just an S. But if you go there, you can download and print this flow chart. It's going to help you create your own plan. If you don't want to use a coach, you don't want to use an online plan, because frankly, guys, they're kind of standard and they may or may not help you. But you can get that online plan, that book, whatever, and then download this bonus, and then it'll help you change that plan around so that it customizes it for you, exactly what you need to achieve your goals in triathlon. So, hey, Heather, good to see you on here. All right. So, number one, what is your goal? That's the number one thing you have to look at in any time you're going to do a triathlon training program, whether it's online, in a book, with a coach, whatever. The very first thing I ask all of my clients, what's your goal? Because not everybody's goals are the same. And that's going to change your training. Some people just want to finish. Some want to finish injury-free. Some want to PR. Some want to land atop the podium, which is really hard when you don't know who else is going to show up for the race. But I'm just saying that every single person's goal is going to be just a little bit different. So the best way to do it is to kind of customize that plan to reach whatever goal it is that you are trying to reach. And number two is to pace yourself. And that does not mean in the race, you guys. That actually means in your training. And one of the biggest things I see, hey, Julie, the goal is not to drown. Stop it, Maribel, you're not going to drown. Okay, okay, to pace yourself. That does not mean the race. What that means is, and I see this every year, people try to go out too fast, too hard, too soon. And this means swimming, biking, and running. And I just had someone today that I met with today who was like, I'm already doing brick workouts and I'm this and that. And if she's on here, sorry, I'm using you as an example, but I won't say her name. There is no need for you to be doing brick workouts in March when your race is in June. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that just yet. Okay? So try not to overdo it. And the other one thing I see for all you Ironman athletes, if you're doing Ironman Wisconsin, and it's your first one, maybe even your second one, why are you doing 100-mile rides in May? Even maybe in June? You don't need to do that. If you're an experienced athlete, or you're shooting for Kona, whatever, maybe you want to, but I have to tell you guys, I've never done 100-mile rides in June when my race was in September. No, you don't need to do that. You're better off focusing on technique and efficiency in the lower distances before you go ahead and add that endurance. So that's my thing. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Nora. Welcome. Hey, you guys. Okay, last week I was giving away this book, or it's actually this week, I guess. This week I'm giving away this book, Triathloning for Ordinary Mortals. It was last week's drawing, and it's Cheryl Lohman. Cheryl Lohman. All you have to do, Lohaman. Send me your mailing address. I will send you the book. Okay. And then for this week, thank you, Dawn. Hey, right? Okay, look at that. Oh, it's the Ragnar shirt, Julie. You could do Ragnar with us next year. Next week. Okay, so this is how to build your this week, right? Is how to build your triathlon training program. And so what I'm going to give away next week's drawing is a calendar, right? And it's got all these little inspirational things on it. You just have to share the video and you will be entered in the raffle for that. But I'm going to get to why you want that in a minute. Okay, so pace yourself. Number 3 is the rule of 10%, you guys. And this is most important, I think, in running, because running beats up your body probably the most of the 3 disciplines. However, you don't want to turn around. You don't want to do like 3 miles, 4 miles this week, and then next week do your run of 10-mile run. You don't want to do that. You want to build slowly. That's how you're going to get better. You turn around and double your distance or something crazy like that, you risk injury. So you want to use the rule of 10%. And the other thing is intensity, right? So it's not just about the distance, but if you're used to running, I'm going to run 3 easy and 3 easy and 3 easy. Well, tomorrow I'm going to run 4 as fast as I can go. No, you don't want to do that. You want to build slowly, and it's the rule of 10%, right? So that's kind of how you want to build it. And you will need to make sure that you build that into any training program that you're going to do. And any of my clients are going to see that and know that. And sometimes they even fight with me. I don't want to step back. I'm feeling good. I want to go. Well, the truth is those step back weeks and days are the ones that are going to help you be better. So let me just back up for a second, you guys. You don't get stronger by doing a hard workout. How you get stronger is you do the hard workout and then let your body recover. That's how you get stronger. You don't let your body recover. You don't get stronger. You keep beating yourself down. That's how you get injured. Okay. That leads to number 4, plan and recovery. And so for majority of the athletes that I coach, we do 1 day a week that you take completely off. And that doesn't mean an easy swim or an easy run. It means don't do anything. That's your day off. Now, if you are a younger, non-injured athlete, I have done it as much as 1 day off every 10 days. Okay? And then as you get older, once you start hitting the 50s, 55, So for those athletes, I'll give them 1 day off every 10 days. Wait, every 10 days? No. One day off. Wait. So 7 days, one day, 7 days, 1 day. The next week you do 2 days off. Okay? So it's a little bit different. The older you get or the more injured you are, the more time you need for rest and recovery. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. Hey Karen, hey Tina. Thank you guys for sharing. Did you hear that? A day off. Yes, a day off. And the day off means a day off. Okay? Doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to sneak this in. Please don't do that. Because that's how you get hurt. Okay? Number 5, and this is really important, guys. Be very realistic in the training time that you have available. And this means you have to be really honest with yourself, with your family, with your spouse, whoever, your work, whatever responsibilities you have. And I'll go back to a story that I had when I was doing my first Ironman. And I was still in corporate, and that job was weird. Hope nobody from that job is on here. That job was weird because those people come in at like 10 a.m. and stay till 7 p.m. No. I was the opposite. I would come in at 7 a.m. and want to leave at 5 p.m. And then I was told that I wasn't a team player. They're like, you're not putting in as many hours. I said, no, I got 3 hours in before, 4 hours in sometimes before any of you guys even get here. But I'm leaving at 5 o'clock so I can get in and go home with my friends and get my bike ride in for my Ironman. Because that was my goal. I ended up leaving that job for that exact reason. They did not appreciate the fact that I was trying to do Ironman. And I'm like, well, this is more important to me than the job. I just found another job that worked with my goals. So you just have to make sure that you have enough time to plan. So one thing that I do with all my new clients is if they're married, especially if they have kids, make sure that your spouse is on board. If you have a spouse, you have family, and you have all these responsibilities, and your spouse doesn't want you to train for an Ironman, doesn't understand the time commitment that it's going to take from you, it might not be the year for you to do it. And I know that's really hard to hear. You either need to convince the spouse, which is super duper hard, or maybe take the next year and then plan for the Ironman the next year. And in the meantime, prime the spouse up for all the time that's going to take you to do the long runs and the long bikes. Because to be gone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on a Sunday because you need to do a long bike ride is sometimes not acceptable in all families. So make sure you're very realistic in the time that you have to commit to your race. It doesn't have to be all that much time, guys, especially if you're doing the lower distances, but it depends on your goal. If your goal is to finish really high up there, you're going to need more time than someone who's just, I just want to do a sprint and I just want to finish and feel good. Okay? You don't need as much time to do that as you need to, rock it out or whatever. All right. Hey, Maribel. Yes, you need the support. Open with your family. Yes, Dawn. Hey, Mike. What up? Hey, Jennifer. If your spouse doesn't understand, get a new one. Jennifer. That's why I'm single. Yeah, it was, I don't even want to go too much into my personal stuff, but after I did when I was training for my first Ironman, he was like, you're going to be gone every Sunday on a bike ride? I'm like, you told me I could do Ironman. I need to train for it, right? Yeah, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. So, yeah, nice. I wish I was with you. Anyway, okay, so guys, if you want to win this week's giveaway, and this is how to build your training program and to plan in your recovery and to make sure that you be realistic in how much time you have to train, I'm giving away this calendar, right? It's got little motivational quotes. It's kind of cute. You get to write it down, and I'm going to tell you every single client that I have a calendar for every single one of you. Every single one of you has a calendar and what you have going on and what your time commitments are, what days you like to do what workouts. That's where this comes in. Okay? So you can be all digital and stuff like that, but I still like to write it out because sometimes it's better to just like look at it all in one piece. All right. Hey, Aaron. Shut up, Tina. Okay, number 6. Start backwards. That's another reason why this calendar comes in handy. when you start to plan out your training program, if you're not going to use a coach and you're not really sure about using an online plan or a book, what you want to do is start with the end in mind, okay? So whatever that A race is, whatever your big goal is for the year, you want to take that race, put it on the calendar, and then map it out backwards. So let's just say your big race is, I don't know, Iron Girl, okay, in August, right? So you take that date and you put it on there, and you work backwards and figure out what workouts you need to do at what time you need to do them, and work it all the way out to today or whenever you plan to start your training program. And it's actually a little more difficult when you get into the longer distances, but it still should be done in even the shorter, in the sprints, even in the Olympics. You need to start with the end in mind. You can't just like, oh, well, I'm going to do Chicago Triathlon in August, so today I think I should be doing 3 miles on the run. But then what? You just want to start with the end in mind, work it backwards. Takes a long time. That's why I need to know from all my clients what races they're doing, when they need to do them, so that I can map that out. So if you want to win this calendar, all you have to do is share this video. You'll be entered in the raffle for next week. And I already announced last week's raffle, which was Cheryl. I was going to say Carol. Cheryl Lohman. That's your book. All you got to do is PM me your mailing address, and I will send it out. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Brian. Tell us about the beginner try group. Oh, Dawn, the beginner try group is going to be awesome because all of this is going to be done for you. All you have to do, it's going to be like no-brainer. It'll be mapped out from the beginning, starting with the end in mind, all the way forward, right? There'll be a private Facebook group for all of us to talk about what we're doing, and there'll also be weekly videos with little tips and tricks on what you need to do, addressing not only just people who haven't done a race before, but those who have done races before, and just want to get better. Okay. Number 7, and this one is very tricky. Work your weakness. So in most cases, hey, Alyssa, thank you, Alyssa. This one's going to be way better, by the way. 2017, it's going to crush 2016. Work your weakness. In most cases, you guys, the discipline that you like to do least is most likely your weakness. See how that works? Because most of us, this is what we like to do. We like to spend time in the workouts and the discipline that we like, that we're good at. Because we're good at it, we like to do it more, right? Which is why I had no problem swimming. I'll just keep swimming, whatever. But I shouldn't have been doing that. Okay, I learned this, and I gave up a swim workout for a run workout. Yes, that's it, my friends. My weakness is running. You can look up any of my times. You'll see that 100%. So we tend to spend the time where we're good. We're in the discipline that we're best at, but that's exactly the opposite of what we should do. So the flow chart, if you go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus, is going to show you what you need to do, that you need to really swap that out. So if you're like a really good runner and you maybe are not so good at the swim and you're just good, you're okay at the bike, you're happy with your bike, you probably need to switch one of your runs for a swim till you can get better at that swim, and then you can switch that back out. But that is kind of what you want to do. You want to work the weakness, and if you don't, it's just going to hold you back on race day. So, hey Cheryl. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Hey Carol. Hey Gary, welcome guys. Hey Beto, thank you for hopping in. You guys are so awesome. So sorry I'm late. I'm really not late. I really did a whole entire video that you guys never saw. And I just deleted it and started over because I don't know what happened. I'm not a technology person. I'm a triathlon coach. I'm not a technology person. Okay. Lastly, number 8, swimming. One of my favorite things to talk about, swimming. You got to focus on technique. I don't care who you are, what you do, okay? Focus on technique. Too many times I see people that are like, oh, my race is XYZ yards, meters, miles, whatever it is, so I need to be doing this many. No. Not until it's close to the race. in the early months, which is still now, unless you have a race coming up in, I don't know, May, you need to be focusing on technique. Once you get the technique down, then, and only then, do you add intensity and duration. Okay? Do you need me to slow down for that? Because that's super, super important. Any single person that Wes, are you listening? Any single person that I help learn to swim better, I tell them, shorter, more frequent workouts are going to benefit you more than longer, less frequent workouts. So let's just say, for example, you have 3 hours a week that you want to dedicate to swim. Most people would go 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Well, that's great if you're really good at swimming and you don't really need to work on technique so much, which we all do. But if you're a newer swimmer, you're more benefited by 6 30-minute workouts than 3 1-hour workouts. Yep. Because swimming is muscle memory and it's about technique. And I'm not saying you have to do that forever, but what I am saying is that when you're new and you're learning and you're trying to improve that, you need to go less time, because once you're in the water for a certain amount, you get fatigued, you get tired, your form starts to fall apart. And then if you keep going and keep going, all you're doing is reinforcing bad habits that I have to then, again, turn around and erase them from your brain and put in the good new habits, right? So I would rather see you do shorter, more frequent workouts, even if you're only in the water for 20 minutes, you guys, 30 minutes. If you're working on good form and good technique, that's going to benefit you more than longer, like what I would call marathon-ish workouts. You don't have to do all those yards. It's not important. You don't have to. I'd rather have you get good at it first and then do the distance later. All right. Hey, Mary. Hey, Heather. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Next week, so I'm raffling off this calendar. So if you want to help build your training program, and like I said, you want to start backwards, number 6. You want to start backwards. I always take a calendar and I do it by hand. I'm a little old school, I guess. I mean, I do it both. I'd start it by hand and then move it to an electronic format, but I always map it out by hand first. That way I can scratch out and do whatever. But I'm going to give this calendar, it's a little mini calendar with some little inspirational quotes, but you can map out your whole plan on this calendar and then, map it backwards and then go forward. That's what I'm giving away. All you have to do is share this video. And then next week, the topic is how to get back on track when you fall off. And we all fall off. I don't care who you are. Everybody falls off. We get sick. We get injured. We lose motivation. Family gets in the way. All this kind of stuff. But it's okay. It's a fact of life. That happens, right? It's life. How do you get back on track? That's what next week's topic is going to be. And then the freebie that's going to go with that is going to be a free consult with me. I'm going to help you get back on track. I'm going to help teach you all the tools and tricks and techniques that I've used to get back on track and have very, very successful seasons. Hey, Kathleen. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So sorry I was late. Again, I did a whole video without y'all. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I had some weird setting on Facebook. I don't know. That's just what happens. But I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. Download the flowchart that's going to help you build your training program for this season and next season and the next season. Okay, because it's really good stuff. All right. And then do me another favor and just share this video, whether it's to your own timeline or someone you know that needs this information or could benefit from this information. That would mean the world to me, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you next week, and I promise that I will work on my technical issues and be on time at 7 p.m. Central Time, Sunday night. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.